Have you ever wondered why something that you have launched as an operational process has not really improved that challenge or that situation that you were trying to address with that operational process that you designed or you asked someone to design for you? That's probably because it was not developed in a manner that would help communicate what it is to all the people who will need to know about it. It was not documented or created in the format and in the visual or in that structure that will be useful for the different types of users. And it was not challenged and celebrated, and it was not ensured for success. So I created this Operations 360 framework that I have started using for our businesses and we have launched to our clients. And basically it's giving the team a step-by-step process that they can look at so that they can create processes, implement processes, and basically run processes for any types of projects or tasks in your business, operations, marketing, sales, that will ensure that it is actually excellent. This is a lot about creating something within a framework so that we ensure that that operational process is actually changing the way you do business for the better. So one of the aspects of this is really communicating this process that you are launching to the team very well to the different prospects. But the challenge of many business owners and or whoever is creating the business process is they don't even know who they should communicate with. They're communicating maybe just unilaterally, but they forget to take into consideration that many others in the team or outside of that team should have to be aware of the process that is being put in place. And so there's a different way of communicating with each of these stakeholders. Next is documenting it. It's not just putting it on Drive or putting it on the team's hard drive. It's basically creating a structure, a way of presenting that process in the way that the team or the users will understand them. The people creating them will be able to present it in the way that is very clear. And there should be a documentation for insights. And so that you don't waste your time creating such a process, that process itself can be used as a template for other processes. So are we maximizing our effort when we seek out a vendor to create a process for us? Are we maximizing our team's effort involved in creating this massive business process? And the way to do that is by using that as a replica of another process that we will create in the future. We also have to give feedback to the creators and the implementers. So we have to establish specific targets for the creation and the usage of these business processes. And we have to get feedback. We don't just launch a business process and expect people to actually use it and be accustomed to it. We have to get feedback at certain junctures of the lifetime of that process. If we are thinking of implementing that process for eternity, then we have to very regularly keep in touch with the stakeholders that are going through the process. Are we giving rewards for the usage of the process and for the people who are actually adhering to the process? And lastly, are we ensuring that what we have created is actually being understood? It's a lot about the simplicity of the instructions, availability of the notes so that they know how to apply it to this situation, to that situation. Your FAQs, are they there? It has to be updated whenever stuff in your business changes. So we can go very deep in each of these steps. But this is one thing that my team is has started to implement within our clients' businesses at the Collective Asia, and even in the personal administration that we do at the Smart Concierge. And definitely this is what we do at our business. So as an example, create step-by-step processes for every single thing. And it's not something that you should scrimp time on. It has to be a deliberate practice for someone in your company to actually create the process so that once it is passed down or you onboard team to run through that process, then there's very little friction, especially if you're trying to achieve productivity within your team. So as an example, even as simple as sending your invoices to your clients, is it a process that everyone in the team understands? We have a process for every single thing. And that's what we have done in the company for, in the last 3 years. So when someone gets onboarded, for example, we literally have a step-by-step process that anyone can pick up from. So anyone, whether new or old, doesn't have to go through this massive training because it's literally, a grade schooler level instruction that anyone can pick up from. And is it demeaning to the intelligence of your team members? No, definitely not. It gives them such a fluid execution of these processes because they don't have to scramble for the next step. Okay, did you do this way or did you do that way? No, there is no question as to how it goes. And if you're dealing with clients, then your turnaround time to deliver something is so much faster. There are links to the script, to the template, to a video that explains how it works for every single step. We take all these instructions off learning platforms. We love them, but it just complicates things because they have to jump on the platform, look at it, but then they have to exit from the platform to access this file that's pertinent or relevant to the process that they're going through. For us, what makes, something that someone else, another company would go through for maybe 1 hour, we can do in 5 minutes. And that gives so much more value to our clients because we get things done very fast because it's literally in there. And then we have here, of course, I've hidden it because that's confidential, but we give them the standard time allocation for this task is this much. Okay. So they know that if, they have a guardrail basically for the execution of tasks. Because if we onboard someone new to the team and the person feels like, I can spend an hour doing this. No, she has a prompt that tells her, your teammates can do this for 10 minutes. And that gives her some sense of accountability, right? And then our instructions, again, are very clear, even the way you phrase things. So explain to them terminologies and use words that they will understand. You talk about the step and then you elaborate on the step and then you show them the step. So so these are just some of the things that we would be so happy to help many more businesses of small to medium size, get right because it's so important for the growth of your business.